What's up, everybody? Back again. This time, James and Chris are both here.
Yo, yo, yo.
We are ready to do our Thursday night talk show of Warp Charge Gaming. This is episode 45.
45?
Yeah, we're moving along.
Oh my God.
I don't believe it.
It's almost been 50 weeks of filming. We should maybe do a little something for the 50th week.
52nd, so 52 weeks in a year.
52 weeks in a year. Ooh, a number. We haven't been doing this a year. 52 weeks doesn't mean a year, does it?
There's 52 weeks in a year, so I would imagine that means a year.
Son of a bitch. Dang.
I guess so.
Time flies. I find that interesting. We got to be careful though. We got called boring in our Monday night talk show, Chris. I don't know if you knew it. So the pressure is on to be entertaining.
Listen, there's a lot more raining death in this podcast than there is in Tabletop Alchemy.
Yeah, the Tabletop Alchemy show is definitely based around things that can be very boring if you're not interested in 3D printing. We've been doing a lot of that, but we will jump right into something that James just 3D printed for Kill Team as we move along into his Black Templar army.
It's so black.
Cannot wait.
How Templar are they?
James was discussing how he needed some inspiration today for his bases. He was in woe. You were obviously distressed.
Oh, I was so distressed because like I'm put all these miniatures together. Like we use like 5 kits to put together 6 miniatures.
I'm showing them right now, James. If you watch the feed too.
Absolutely insane how many like bits were used to actually make all these dudes WYSIWYG. So like I was super inspired like after I put them together to paint them badass, and I started painting the scouts first, and I was like, man, I need to base these dudes too, and like I don't know how I'm gonna base them. So I was thinking about the display basing and like making inset bases and making it like a presentable diorama, and then from there like they're game pieces. And I really had no idea what I was gonna do. I thought maybe a church because I don't know the fluff of Black Templars. I just had no idea. I was like, 40k, future, Black Templars, something religious, I don't know. And I was like having this turmoil. And I got inspired by like inside a future building, what would it look like? So I did a diorama display base. So like there's floors, a wall, a staircase. So the staircase has 2 inset base pieces so that the scouts can be up there, and the floor has 4 inset base pieces for the Marines to be down there. And
dude, I haven't even seen, you haven't posted pictures of that stuff yet. You've already gotten that.
Dude,
is that
it's all designed. I sent you the files. I was just
oh, that's what that was. So you're printing the design that you made.
Yeah, he printed the bases that are going to fit into the display.
Yeah, so
yeah, they're perfect cutouts for the display itself.
So they'll match up the terrain.
So they match with the terrain perfectly.
Damn, that's hella dope.
They're scaled, everything's posed,
wow.
And then it's vertical, not only just horizontal, so there's a backdrop to it, and it's all 40k, just like
oh man,
metal rivets and awesomeness.
I can't wait to look at those files. I wish I had a 3D image ready to show off.
Yeah,
I could bust open Cura and do all that live.
We were playing Kill Team.
You know, but we won't go too crazy with the 3D printing. That's amazing, James, and we can't wait. And on top of that, the Space Wolf board has been coming along. Got some images to throw up of that. And man, it's I love how immersed you are in Kill Team right now. As a huge Kill Team enthusiast, seeing James and Chris included. You know, Chris just whooped my ass on stream just a few moments ago, James.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch that because I was in design mode still, but
yeah, he got me good, bud. I didn't kill a single model.
I was gonna say you probably missed it because it didn't take very long.
Oh, 82! Oh. He killed 82 points, man. He was just murking me. So here's I love the prisoners hanging at the bottom of the custom sky shield. So dope.
Yeah, that's Space Wolf style right there.
Yeah, awesome. Those are Forge World design, aren't they?
No, I believe it's actually from a model from War Machine. He
cool.
carries 2 of them on his shoulders.
Okay.
and
the like
just use
tank,
those bits.
those caltrops are really sick too, and I love like usually I hate when the creators how they usually will take me out of the immersion of a board because they don't always match perfectly to the mat.
Normally, like they don't blend well.
They don't blend well, and yeah, they just seem very just like false. You don't immerse into the terrain. So I love seeing the rubble around with the caltrops on that. It's gonna be so tight, man.
Yeah, it's got a lot of little interesting details that I'm actually going to be tackling this weekend.
Oh, like the damn the shield that you have. I love the Space Wolf shield.
Yeah, there's a shield, but if you look at the rubble, there's like broken light poles. There's like metal beams. There's little watering cans.
Aren't there like a lot of stuff?
Ammo, like casings.
Oh yeah,
drums.
Chris just reminded me of you put like a buttload of skulls all over the place too, didn't you?
Oh yeah, there's like 75 skulls littered throughout it.
That rules.
Are you even gonna be able to find them all to paint them?
I probably not, but
Yeah.
I'm putting snow on top of everything I paint anyway, so it's like I can
That's
kind of cheat a little bit.
Dude, you got to try to get bold and do some icicles on the sky
I plan
shield.
on it. I plan on it.
Fuck yeah.
Hanging off the cages.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to get some acrylic rods that I believe I can get at a local hobby shop, and then I will just like cut it in sections and then melt it and pull it and then super glue it to it.
Hell yeah. We got Taudark said, what's up, Taudark? I hope you saw us shooting those images of the Black Templars coming along, man. We are super pumped to see the progress of that. I wrote the Adeptus Astartes list, so if James gets his butt kicked, I'm sure it'll be my fault.
100%. But
Right?
I'm not going to get my butt kicked. I'm going to dominate, and
Yep.
people are going to be heavily intimidated by this display piece that like is going to walk up to the table and then not know what I'm doing.
It's awesome.
Like I'm going to be like, so I get to do 2d6 chars. I make it. All right,
People are gonna be like, so what does your army do? And you're gonna be like, well, let's find out.
Be like, yo, just walk me, when we're getting to the parts where things like die, just like walk me through it. Walk me through it, bro.
I'm just going to be like, man, they're WYSIWYG. Like, you see they have it, they got it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's always helpful. But yeah, man, so I'm super pumped about Adepticon. We're coming to see you. It's going to be awesome. We're playing Kill Team, and it's going to be awesome. And then I've been playing a lot of Kill Team here at the shop. I've got a game on. We put a game up, just played on Twitch last night, 2 bat reps with Orcs versus Gellerpox and the Adeptus Mechanicus, which we've had very little
I watched
AdMech.
the Orc one, actually.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we haven't had much AdMech. Yep, loving the Black Templar there. And then tonight we played Kill Team Commander Arena and had those first showing of the Keller Morph in Kill Team.
Yeah, I kit bashed a sad little Keller Morph out of some spare bits I had.
Oh, I actually got a picture of your kit bash here. It's work in progress style on this pick.
I mean, he's a Gene Stealer arm, some Orc arms, a cloak, a Guardsman body.
He's convincing on the table, man. He meets the standard.
But Keller Morph's fun. He didn't do very much in our game, but that's really what kind of almost wanted me getting to play, is that it was just kind of exciting to actually get to run it. Yeah,
for sure. It was cool to see, and it was, well, honestly, it didn't do near the pain that the Aberrants brought.
No, the Aberrants and Kill Team were very good.
And we gotta call out the Rock Soft. Dude, James, this was terrible.
The Rock Cutter?
Rock Cutter. So,
yeah.
like, this thing, whenever it successfully wounds something.
So it's a AP Neg 4, 2 damage weapon. It's strength times 2.
Great. Sounds great.
So, normally strength 8, not getting any kind of armor save. But then if the model survives the attack, for any reason, you roll a dice, and if you roll higher than their remaining number of wounds, you just straight up remove the model from play.
Okay, stop there. So remove the model from play alone.
It just says take its action, yeah.
That is a ridiculous mechanic that doesn't exist in the game otherwise, because there's always an injury roll and an opportunity to continue to live, right? And there's even tactic to say, instead of taking a out of action result, you take a flesh wound. This is just slain, you're gone.
This is just like, yeah, peace.
Okay, so
Dude, that's fantastic.
So if it's a Primaris Marine and he does 1 damage somehow with his D3 result, then then it just needs a 2+ and it takes it out of action because it rolls higher than their wound count. But against my guy, I was going against him with Vulgar Thrice Curse, my commander. Has all full wounds. He's going into wreck. He charges 3 guys.
He sent in his like big dick bandit.
I was like, okay, for the game, Vulgar Thrice Curse into these 3 dudes. Unassuming. He doesn't look that intimidating, menacing.
He wasn't WYSIWYG.
He wasn't WYSIWYG, so I did not see this intimidating rock
It's supposed
saw.
to be, like kind of like a mechanized chopper thing.
If you see the mechanized chopper thing, do not charge it. And so he overrides combat with a decisive strike, and I'm out of command points. I puked on his stuff earlier, as I always do with the Gellerpox, and he fucking murks him, dude.
Just straight up, like I wound him, then I'm just like, oh, I rolled a 4, your guy's just gone.
He did 2 wounds to a 5-wound model, which is not very common at all in Kill Team. And I have 3 wounds left, plenty to fight with. But no, he gets to roll a dice, and on a 4, I'm just gone. All my wounds, everything, just gone. I don't get to feel no pain.
Like when I rolled it, I was like, oh, this is.
I got inbones, I got disgustings, none of that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so, and the thing is, most kill teams are highly restricted on the best weaponry. But he could take 4. I don't think more than that.
No. Because I can only take them on the Alkalit fighter models, and that's restricted. I can only run 4 of those.
So he is restricted to 4 ridiculous weapons.
They end up coming up to 17 points a model with that weapon.
The Tau can bring 4 rail rifles, which are also very strong weapons. So it's interesting. I wonder what the difference in points value from a Tau rail rifle model from a guy with a rock saw. Be interesting comparison.
Chris, are you planning on sneaking into some kill team at Adepticon?
I will try. Yes.
You better get your rock stars ready.
I mean, I'm definitely going to have
I have some of those actually painted up in a bag. I just need to actually fix the models that have them.
I mean, I definitely want to set up the Space Wolf board at Adepticon, so you could easily be playing pickup games that way too. That board is just amazing. I know I want to play on it.
Oh, well, that's where I'm going to probably get my very first game with Kill Team on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
and
gonna
then
be
it's
nuts.
going to the Wolves.
It's going to be nuts.
Pun intended.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so another, did we have a, was it last weekend was the team tournament?
Yeah.
What the hell day is it? It's Thursday. So last Saturday was our team tournament. Well, son of a bitch, y'all, let's talk a little bit about that.
We had a really good show up.
Oh my God. Let me show, here's the old flyer, guys. This is on.
Had like 44 people?
Yeah, we hit the same numbers as last time, which was just fantastic. It was a great honor. I don't have the group shot. This is the first tournament we have. We got another group shot from the team tournament. So
I was excited.
Look forward to showing that off. But James, for the sake of fun, I did load up the pictures of the tables that we had kind of preset for people to cruise up to. I know that I always take pictures of the tables and I share them with you and the rest of the Warp Charge guys. Enjoyable to play on. One thing that you might notice, like looking at this snow mat here, is you can see how we don't always default to putting ruins on every single map.
Monsters.
You know, we like to have the diversity of, you know.
What do you mean I can't hide my Gene Stealer cult characters in a building that no one else can enter?
I like to avoid cookie cutter. Here's another one that doesn't really have a
it has ruins, but they're fairly limited.
It's accessible. You know, you can still get on some top floors and stay out of range.
Those are going to largely act as people would expect them to behave.
Right. But I think that's a beautiful board to play on, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're a beautiful board to play on.
Oh, baby, yeah. You know what I mean? Now, I like this board. You know, this was...
The Necron board is cool.
Yeah, the board was cool.
I played on that board.
Little fantasy player, you played on this one. Nice.
That's where me and Hagen got our teeth kicked in game 2.
Oh, and by the way, Chris here and his team got most mediocre, the one that we all strive for. So I'm going to do a clap right now.
I got the mediocre award.
That's what it's all about.
It was awesome. Did you even know you were going to get awarded that? That's my favorite to award because no one expects it.
I mean, I knew I had a draw, which puts me in a really weird place in the bracket.
Right.
Dude, it puts you at a mediocre place in the bracket.
Yeah, I know, right?
If you have a win, loss, and a draw,
that's what
you are mediocre, dude.
11th place.
It's just a matter of do you land perfectly middle.
Yep, 11 out of 22 teams.
It worked out.
Yeah, it did.
Actually, it helped pay for, I don't know if we're on camera right now, but it helped pay for these guys.
Yeah.
Some aberrants.
Nice work.
Tee-hee.
more models. Yeah, good stuff, man. So it was awesome. The tournament was a lot of fun. We streamed all day. I still have yet to get the top table footage up. It's awesome to be kind of like have more videos than we can get up in one given day. We've been doing pretty good with our content output.
We actually, I was on the stream table first game.
Oh, were you? Yeah. Oh, I don't even recall that. So yeah. Shit. There's multiple bat reps to put up from that. We don't want to. We're trying to not spam videos in a day. Like honestly, I would. Like I did 2 back-to-back bat reps
just
last night.
crush the internet with content.
They don't. I don't think people like it when it's like notification.
Well, they need to get over it because I sit at home sometimes looking for new battle reports to watch, and I'm like, it's all like, even all the stuff that's like 2 days ago. I'm like, oh, I've already watched it.
The people that watch the live talk show on Thursday nights matter most to me, to be honest. You guys are my favorite fans because we get to hang out and be more than fans and content creators. We're friends, you know. So if
I was so sad last week when I wasn't able to make it Thursday.
Yeah, we missed
you. It's like my favorite day of the week.
Yeah, but I'm curious, friends that watch the Thursday night show, do you not care if you see 4 videos out in a single day by Warp Charge? Like would you rather me take a back-to-back bat rep of Kill Team as like a rematch situation and bundle that as a single video? Or put them out as 2 videos that notify at the same time.
Like, would you prefer to have like a 3-hour Kill Team video where it's a bunch of games of Kill Team?
Yeah, I don't know. I just noticed that we've lost subscribers when I spam videos one after another. So I'm self-conscious of it, but I have more content that I could drop quicker if I didn't feel like it would be annoying. So that's the thing.
Is there a way?
Maybe that'll be the cool thing about our Patreon is that we will be loading those videos up faster than our other resources.
Yeah,
that's a solid idea.
What about
Stagger your video upload, a day off, upload day off. It will improve your channel search results. The more, the better for me, but format doesn't matter. Gotcha. Yeah.
Interesting.
I figured the people that enjoy our content wouldn't care, but I feel like, but I also see that maybe it's the newer subs to our channel where they're like, I think I like these guys. I've watched 1 bat rep. I'll hit sub, and then
that George guy's a dick.
And then they get spammed and they're like, oh, I wasn't in it. I didn't sign up for this. My notifications getting all blogged up with Warp Charge.
Well, what I think is real crazy is 70% of our watch time is by unsubscribers.
That actually kind of doesn't surprise. I feel like that's the case for a lot of stuff. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's just insane to me. It's like, well, you're watching the stuff that's cool, appreciate it.
Right.
So hit the sub button. We want to hit the 10K so we get GW releases.
I inserted it into today's bat rep, James. So I was like, oh yeah, this is the part where I'm supposed to tell you to subscribe, and that's exactly how I said it. So please do. But Tal Dark's mentioning about how it's a consistency, and he says the same upload pattern improves performance. So that's interesting because we're consistent on almost a daily output, but the time in which it's uploaded is very random.
Very random.
Yeah, so it would probably be for the health of our channel, getting on a consistency level with the output would be a very smart play. That's good. That's a good call. Thank you, Tal Dark, for the input. Every damn day, and we're always at 3 o'clock. Another thing that's strange too is that this doesn't internalize into my mindset, but that we're often talking and playing for people that are across the globe, speaking different languages where English isn't their first language, and sometimes when we're getting comments and stuff, they're from people that aren't native to English language, and it can come like sometimes it might be like, that's a weird thing to say, but maybe it's just that it didn't translate well for them,
That's certainly true.
Yeah, it's interesting. Anyways, though, it's tabletop wargaming, right? A little bit of tangent about just being a content creator and what that exploration is like.
Absolutely.
James has been painting his ass off. He's been building his kill team. We got the newest sculpt from GW. Old Abaddon there's been shown.
A baddie.
Abaddon. Everybody's. I've been seeing tons of funny posts about how
looks way better, man.
he does look way better. A lot of people have been doing. There's a lot of memes out there. I just had to share a few of them because they're funny. But people, did you guys see the ones with the tennis rackets? Where they had all these models, just like all the GW guys just insert fucking tennis rackets in their hands. Yeah, they had I loved how they're like cupping a tennis ball instead of a skull and shit. That was good. And then there's this new what's the new model, James? The Chaos model with the big crazy bolt gun looking thing.
The Havoc?
The Havoc, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's a brand new Havoc.
It's pretty cool looking, huh?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite memes.
It amuses me because I was going through my bits box today, and the gun on the old Havoc, I actually have one of those sitting in my bits box, and I wasn't sure what it was from.
Ah. Even shooting for a certain game doesn't need to be daily, just consistent pattern. Once a month on the second Tuesday for every month in a year still. Well, the good thing we got the Thursday night talk show and the Monday night talk show. We're on episode 9 of Tabletop Alchemy. So these are the two things we've been consistent with. And damn straight, we're about to hit a year, dude. I did not know. I didn't even think about 52 as a year. I'm super excited about that, man. Now I gotta get like a cake or something, some sort of cheesecake, sushi. James,
hey, dude.
Yeah,
hey.
When is it?
Now is like Adepticon, bro.
Yeah, so what week would that? We're only on episode 45, so yeah, won't be 52. But we can still eat cheesecake and do sushi, man.
All right.
It's practically a year.
What days are we at Adepticon?
End of the month, bro. End of the month.
3 weeks from now.
That's dope.
Yeah, we're gonna be there pretty soon. Sushi, cheesecake, yeah.
I want it at the same time.
Black Tower's right. You know, also not good to link Twitch inside the YouTube comments.
Adepticon people, you know, come hang out with me.
Yeah.
I will be ringing in my 30th birthday with.
Oh, really?
With Warp Charge.
Oh, damn, son.
Adepticon.
I didn't know that. That's even. And your birthday's coming up too, James. The 12th.
Yeah, mine's on Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Tuesday.
Wonderful. Look at all you fucks. How old are you gonna be, James?
31.
31. I'm the oldest in the bunch. 33.
Gray Bush.
Nice. Yeah, I got some tiddlies coming in there. Good times, man.
Yeah, though. I mean, speaking of Adepticon,
yeah.
Additionally, our tournament that's normally on the 2nd-ish of the month is postponed. It actually hits on like what, the 7th, 8th?
You talking about a tournament league?
For the 40k.
Yeah, the tournament league is April 6th.
That's what it is.
I think that still might be the first weekend though.
You're right. Yeah. You're right.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
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 It just hits not the same kind of dates it's been hitting at.
Yeah, it fits just right. You know what I'm pumped about is the tournaments. We got kill team tournaments on the first every month. We're hosting our first tournament league so that we have a grand prize. Dark Bunny just announced with us, Dark Bunny Creatives, awesome painting commission company, offered to give best painted, to give the winner of the leagues a painted character. Yeah, so that's really tight.
I want to play the league now.
Yeah, dude. You already have played in 2 of the 40k ones.
Indeed.
Yep. It's pretty cool because we're using.
I got mediocre at one of the leagues.
Yeah, that's points, right? You can definitely get best faction because but you wouldn't get your Dark Bunny painted if you were just best faction. That's going to go to first place.
Sad.
Yeah.
face.
So you do have a chance though to participate in the kill team tournament because we've only done one of those so far, and the second one is March 23rd. And
I'll be out of town that weekend, but
you
hopefully...
son of a bitch, Chris. I was getting all hype. Kill Team Arena is going to be our first Kill Team Arena tournament.
Damn it.
Yeah, so I'm pumped on it. It's going to be our 6th Kill Team tournament too, so I'm pretty proud of that. Hosting a lot of events. It's been cool. It's been cool. The other thing that I've been really crazy about, James, is Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
Dude, that game is so cool. Here's a look at me running the Khorne murder host, and I actually switched over to the Blood Hunt War Scroll Battalion. I think it's better than the.
What's that, like more blood tith?
Murder host. No, it is better than that. I'm about to rant and rave. I got to be careful because man, Age of Sigmar has been amazing.
Listen, man, I could rant and rave about
I'm about to check out and go Lion
Gene
Face.
Stealer cult.
Right? You're all babies, waves is Kane. We can go to Sushi Station right on the corner of Adepticon. Hell yeah. Oh, James went Lion's face. He must want me to rant and rave about Age of Sigmar. So let me tell you what the difference is, Chris, between the Murder Host and the Blood Hunt War Scroll Battalion. Okay. So here's my list. The Bloodthirster's there to be summoned. But what's sick is
that's
that...
That's just a Bloodthirster? That's fucking Angrath.
Oh yeah, he's going to be summoned though. Now, you can actually summon basically the Angrath equivalent, the Exalted Greater Demon, for 16 Blood Tithe points. So that's pretty cool. It's the only thing that goes above 8. Kind of neat. But what's going down is that I want to do this, it's a full War Scroll Battalion, a maxed squad. And so you get the best abilities of the battalion's benefits. And it on the Murder Host, it lets you do 2d6 move at the start of each of your turns, start of each of your hero phases. And so you get to move basically your whole army 2d6 forward, but you have to be in range of the Skull Crusher character. So you got to be within 8 of him, so everybody's tethered to the aura to be able to get the 2d6 move at the start of every turn.
That's cool.
Right? So it's really helpful to haul ass of the board because you get to do a 2d6 move and then a move on top of that, and then a charge.
Army,
right.
You know, like that kind of move.
Oh, it works great for getting close. But the Blood Hunt is actually 40 points cheaper because battalions cost points in Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, you basically pay points for formations.
Yeah, so 220 for the Murder Host, but 180 for the Blood Hunt, and you still get the same 2d6 move, but you're taking Karnak, so you get the same. So you choose one of their heroes to be your target of the Blood Hunt, and your whole army gets to do a 2d6 move towards that model. And so as long as you move a millimeter closer to that model, then it counts as moving closer to it. Nice. And you just pick one of their heroes that's going to sit in the back the whole time, right? And then now you get your 2d6 move with your whole army, and you don't require the aura. It's 40 points cheaper, but then here's the best part: you get to fucking get +1 to wound and reroll all your wounds on top of that. So you get the exact same abilities as the Murder Host without an aura required, 40 points cheaper, and then on top of that, for just no other reason, is just +1 to wound, reroll all your wounds against heroes.
Against heroes.
For your whole army, though.
So what else does the Murder Host have?
Nothing. It just has the 2d6 move.
That's cheating.
That's interesting.
So it's just hella better, and I was like, wow, and definitely enjoyed playing with it. So yeah, that was my thing. But lately, I spent probably about 6 hours making a Tzeentch list. Tzeentch is deep in Sigmar with the amount of things that you can do, plus counting endless spells. You have Destiny dice.
6 hours.
Yeah. I mean, you got multiple books to look through. You got a lot of points to crunch. I'm making spreadsheets. You know.
George gets crazy with the spreadsheets, man.
Yeah, I mean, I literally write.
I remember in 7th edition and other just.
Dude, I'm just gonna pull it up.
The level of interactions.
I'm pulling it up for these fools.
I've even seen you have like it color coded to be like this is the general order of operations.
Let me just show y'all my Tzeentch spreadsheet right now. All right, so you have all the characters broken down, and it shows all their powers that because you have to. Here's the thing, right? So I got 1, 2, 3. I got 9 psychers because the pink horrors just count straight up as wizards in Sigmar. And so, and then some of them cast 2 powers apiece, and then they have 2 different disciplines that you have to pull from. So I have to read through all 12 of those disciplines and make sure spells and make sure that I'm picking the most optimized loadouts per the abilities of each of the individual wizards. So I lay out who's like my best casters to cast what powers, and then you can see over here on the right, I've color coded all the powers that I'm using, and red being offensive powers, yellow being situational, and green being all the time buff. And then I think that this is all very useful information to those that are list building and want to be strong with a bunch of rules. Because the hard thing about Tzeentch is keeping track of all this shit. So I wrote a priority list of exactly what I'm going to do every turn, making sure I use my general trait, making sure I use my command ability, making sure I cast the blue scribe. If I cast successfully, the crazy thing about the blue scribe, when you go to cast power, you can say instead of rolling 2 dice, on a 2+, it goes off, and it takes a 9+ to deny it. And then if I get it off, then my whole freaking army of wizards get to reroll all their cast.
That's disgusting.
Thank you. And then, so after doing that, you know, making sure that I do Glimpse into the Future, which creates me an additional Destiny dice. And Destiny dice are insane for Tzeentch. Being able to, you're the only army that does this. Before the game begins, you roll 9 dice, and you get to, at any point in the game, insert the value of those 9 dice before you roll. So you're like, if you want to make a 12-inch charge and you got 2 6s in your Destiny pool, I make a 12-inch charge. It's fucking crazy. Lord of Change takes any of takes your lowest dice roll and makes it match your highest dice roll in a psychic test. So you can just like insert a cast. You can basically guarantee.
You can like flip a dice basically.
Right. And then what gets crazy on top of all this is that every power that gets cast, whether it's you or your enemy, grants you summoning points. So that's how Tzeentch summons, is every time they cast a power successfully or the enemy casts a power successfully, you get to summon.
So they would like playing against armies that don't have Psychers, or they would not like playing against armies that don't have Psychers.
They just have Psychers, it's just all the more awesome, right?
Yeah.
So all that's nuts. That's a lot to keep track of there, right, James?
Yeah.
So that takes some time. So I literally built what are my offensive powers? What are my circumstantial powers? What is the priorities I'm going to do every turn?
With all that work you put into it, you would think you're good at a game.
Cool.
Oh, I'm going to be good at this game, James.
Speaking of games that people are going to be good at or not, Adepticon. So James, you tagged me in that comment in the competitive 40k thing. So apparently they're playing at Adepticon. The turn 1 assault for Genestealer Cult is not being played RAW.
Oh.
It's being played as you can still break the reserve point limit, but you cannot charge turn 1.
So they'll let you come in.
They'll let you, well, you can still put points on the table with the blips
on turn
and
1.
Switch those into reserve so you break the amount of points you have in reserve because the blips counted as being on the board.
Right.
But read as written currently, when you take those 3 units, they don't get hit with the turn 2 restriction, so you could charge with them turn 1. Like you could place 9 inches away.
Totally.
But Adepticon is playing it that is not the case.
So they kind of they house ruled it.
Which is interesting because
the rules writer is on the rules team at Adepticon.
That's kind of what we saw happen, wasn't it? At LVO with the fly change.
No, that was
Nova, that's what it was.
But yeah, it's going to be in the FAQ. That's basically what it's telling you.
Okay. Yeah, respect to that.
Yeah, so...
I also thought was really interesting is the ruling on the familiar when you have the no Overwatch relic. Like, so the bearer of the relic can't be targeted in Overwatch, but he's a part of a unit, and that like other model in the unit doesn't have that relic, so you can then target that, and because they're the same unit, the wounds spill over.
But that's actually, like, I saw that and I was like, yes, that's dumb, but it's actually probably not the most practical thing anyway, because the familiar only moves 6 and the patriarch moves 8 and can advance and charge. So like if you're taking a familiar on the patriarch, just by taking it, you're basically having your movement.
Well, I understand. I just think it's an interesting ruling to like keep note of.
Yeah, no, I mean, certainly. I agree. I mean, it's not going to come up often, but it's one of those things, because that's definitely one of the better relics in the Cult Codex.
Oh, definitely. You just, like, as a cult player, you would be like, okay, mental note, never have a familiar with this relic.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, it's one of those combinations that's bad for you. It's like self-sabotaging combo.
Right.
Yep.
But, so that's a big thing for Adepticon and, you know, just implications for the game in general as far as, you know, Genestealer Cult. But I think also if you were relying on that turn 1 shenanigan for your army to be good, probably not the best. Especially since I think the optimal build for Cult is still going to be the turn 1 4-armed Emperor Deliverance Brood Surge
I did enjoy the idea of them getting that turn 1 charge. I mean, dude, like seeing a mobbed up orc, 40-man orc blob do a jump on turn 1 and charge, like they can do it.
I didn't have a problem with it, especially because if you do that with the Genestealer Cult, the thing is that you can only do it with up to 3 units.
Yeah.
So it's an army that benefits a lot from aura buffs. So when you only take 3 units to turn 1 charge, you really, really hamper the amount of buffs you can give yourself.
I can see a bunch of Genestealers doing that. Can you do Genestealers with that? Yeah, I mean, that's pretty strong.
I mean,
a bunch of Genestealers wrecking into a line.
It's certainly not bad by any stretch of the imagination. But the thing is, like, so the popular build with 4-armed Emperor is you can get 2 independent sources of +1 to your charge range, and you can also get a relic that's an aura that's rerollable charges. So you could, if you arrive turn 2 instead, you can have like 7 to 10 units arrive with a 7-inch charge that's rerollable. And also,
I just like I like
3
sticking them,
points.
you know, like kind of sticking them at their deployment zone. Because when an army can't like cross the threshold of their deployment zone, that gives board control for like the rest of the game.
It locks you out of being able to even compete partially with the objective game.
Right. I always enjoy doing that.
That's actually something. So one of our friends, Cole from Lynchburg, you know, his game 3, Cole is someone who has spanked me with his guard before with my Tyranids, unapologetically. But he, like, apparently a Tyranid player got the jump with some Kraken Gene Stealers and just wave assaulted all of his tanks. And, you know, they didn't die to Overwatch.
Yeah.
And he locked his entire gun line turn 1.
Yeah, just locking them up.
I did that to Cole on
Table Top Simulator. Yeah.
And he was real salty. It was George witnessed it.
Yeah, that's some good stuff for sure. Hey, we had a question from Black Tower Terrain. He says, "What's the counter to the turn 1 tricks with the Gene Stealer Cult?" Obviously, it's not as bad as we once thought, being that they can't charge on turn 1, but
well, they can.
That's true, but also Black Tower. One good thing now, if you're an Imperial player, one of the assassins has the 12-inch reserve bubble thing.
I'm not familiar.
So, kind of like the Gene Stealer Cult has a character, I think it's the Nexus. You can't place reserves within 12 of him.
Okay.
But the brand new assassin rules, one of the new assassins also has that exact same rule.
Cool.
And if you can't place the model within 12, you can't charge.
Right.
Because an assault has to be declared within 12.
Right.
So fundamentally, I mean, there's ways like with Gene Stealer Cult, I could pay 3 command points and move D6 inches. But like, one of the assassins has that, so that means Imperial players, just by taking, what is it, the assassins cost 83, 85, or 87 points, one of the 3. But they're in that bracket. If you have an Imperium keyword, you can spend 1 command point, bring in the assassin of your choosing via the sideboard thing without eating a detachment. And
Chris, you were mentioning I should add that to my Space Wolves list.
I think it's strong, man.
You get a chance to see that bat rep at all, James?
No, I haven't yet.
Oh man, I actually I haven't wrecked face in a hot second, but that sure did wreck some face, man. I was just like, wow, that's what happens when you win unapologetically.
Yeah,
it was pretty good.
Yeah, and Black Tower, if you're playing Chaos, I mean, all I can think of is screening. Gene Stealer Cult, they don't have stratagems to swing twice except Twisted Helix Aberrants. And, I mean, those hit hard, but they're squishy. Just burn those down as they come at you.
Yeah. No, they hurt real bad.
Yeah, proper screen is huge.
And
if you
good
play
screen
Chaos,
against
dude,
Cult.
Nurglings are amazing at it, especially in this terrain. Like, you don't have anything to worry about if you have some Nurglings.
Nurglings are amazing.
If you're not rocking the Nurglings, you better have bodies in like MSU type units so that they don't soak up all of your screen with a single unit. You want them to chip away at your screen. So by doing MSU, you're sacrificing 1 unit to their charge, but you're still screened out in a way that you can capitalize on them.
Another big thing against Cult, they have the stratagem for 2 command points to place a unit 3 inches away from something instead of 9. If they do that, they can't charge now.
Yeah, 3 inches from a Nurgling, and then we charge you.
But that's just important because, like, there are units, like, you're going to see, like, the 20-man Alkalit blobs. If you leave a space 3 inches away for 20 models, you could have 20 models show up with D6 hand flamers and just flame you.
Dude, I got hit with that. That is effective.
That's a strategy. Another strategy is with the Jackals, which is like, 4 biker-sized models. You can throw grenades through another stratagem. I mean, with Cult, you really want to look at what's in your opponent's army. If you see the bikes, they probably have grenades. If you see Alkalit squads, like large Alkalit squads, ask if they have flamers. The Keller morph is gross, obviously.
Yeah, they can be very unassuming, especially like when they like put like a squad that's just kind of like a force org fill, and it's the same as the guys with the flamers, but they're just without them, and they're just like up in your way, and you're like, cool, wipe you down with bolters, and then the next one drops, like, yeah, no big deal, and then they're
well, and I mean, it's a great codex. I'm glad to see that FAQ come out so quick. I kind of if the Adepticon change is getting made, which I believe it is, I kind of wish Games Workshop would just come out and be like, hey, we're doing this.
Right.
Instead of waiting till Adepticon, where it's going to be applied that way anyway.
You're right. Yeah, I mean, I would be down with that. I wish that their Facebook posts had a little bit more officialness to it, where they could just like post like, hey guys, just heads up now, this is how this is going to be. Like, let's not have to beat around the bush, you know?
But I mean, even with that, with the Cult FAQ, we had some issues like we saw because there was 2 different versions from Games Workshop of the FAQ.
Right.
And the Facebook page ended up being correct.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen the same instance with the Hellbrute that one time, with the Hellbrute shooting twice kind of thing, and people were using it on the Decimator, or it was a Relic Leviathan. The man, I had a fun time last night with the Space Wolves doing the 6-inch heroic intervention, and that's I mean, like, it was, if I was going against the Cult and I had 3 units potentially charging me turn 1, I would just do the same thing I did, where I put the big models like the Relic Leviathan, the Contemptor Dreadnought, and the Venerable Dreadnought up front, and I just put all my characters like a V shape of within 6
George,
inches.
have you looked at the new Assassin rules very much at all?
No.
Oh man,
they're badass.
They're really good, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'm kind of surprised you haven't taken a look at them.
Yeah, I haven't had an opportunity yet. And I'm not huge on Imperium, but the fact that we're talking that I might be able to include them with Cypher into Chaos, and then also my Space Woes, it does sound pretty cool.
They're 85 points.
We lost James, but yeah, he'll come back.
I mean, they have a bunch of stratagems, you can take them in a Vanguard detachment without breaking the Battleforge Force order, even though there's not an HQ. You can just take them as elites. I don't know how they ruled on Cypher, because Cypher has both Imperium and Chaos keywords.
Exactly. I'm really curious
and
if
you can take Assassins in any army that has Imperium keyword.
Yeah, I love the idea of unlocking Assassins in
I mean, Chaos Assassins, I don't see why not.
Because then if you don't want to spend the reinforcement points to bring an Assassin in, you can summon.
Yeah.
And that's badass.
Yeah, absolutely. The Vindicare scares the crap out of me personally. I'm not finding the best article on this, unfortunately.
Yeah, no worries.
I mean, so I know the Eversur, for example, first of all, you can't take invuln saves on his shot. He has a command point. You can shoot twice with him. I think he wounds non-vehicles on 2s. I could be wrong on that.
While James is floating about there, Dylan Shannon was asking if I want to start Colt, what 4 boxes should I start with?
Good question. I mean, perfect world, you get half of the Deathwatch Overkill box, but that's a hard box to find nowadays. You can find them in places, but they're probably not going to be the greatest value anymore because of the fact they're not in high circulation.
There he is.
Hey, we got James back. Besides that, I mean, the Tooth and Claw, half of that box is a really good gain. That gets you some aberrants as well as troops, and that box is easier to find by a wide margin than the Deathwatch Overkill box.
Yeah.
And you may actually find people, especially with the new stuff, with the new, what is the set called with the Chaos and the Primaris Marines?
Shadow something.
Yeah.
Shadow.
Still kind of echoey on
James.
James.
Yeah, breaking up there, James.
But, yeah, so you could probably pawn off half of that set. Tooth and Claw does have rock cutters. What I would recommend, the Kill Team box for Arena is really good because you get a Keller Morph as well as some troops. I mean, the Metamorph hybrids aren't really great. We still don't really have a great start collecting box for the Cult now I think about it. Alkalit hybrids are really good though. A Brood Coven box is good. That would get you your 3 core HQs.
So Robles had mentioned about the new Space Marine rules. There's a lot dropping right now. So we got the
There's a lot.
the Assassins.
We're getting hit really hard with releases.
We saw that. I mean, I'm also want to talk about and curious about this Demonkin release. So James, I'm looking for 2 questions from you. What do you know about the new Space Marine rules, and what do you know about this Demonkin book?
Well, I know a little bit.
Okay. The Demonkin book is a mini codex. We don't know what entails of that because all the new spells requires both Legion keyword and demon keyword. So it
Okay.
needs to possess both.
Okay.
So like Morty, for instance, is Legion Death Guard, and he's a demon prince. So he has both keywords. But we don't know if Demonkin is allowed to bring Death Guard as a Legion yet. You might assume that Black Legion, since like it's Abaddon, should be allowed in there. And then you would have your demons, so that would allow Obliterators, Mutilators, Possessed, Chaos Spawn. It would allow those type of units, Mutilators, Defilers,
Demon Princes.
Demon Princes,
Yeah.
all those type of units to benefit from these new spells. One of the best ones, obviously, is 2+1 Invul. So that gives you the ability to be a 3-up Invul, which is pretty awesome. First Earth +1 to Invul, because if you are Tzeentch Demon, you already have your Obliterators. And then if you have the Changeling there, you get a 6-up Feel No Pain.
Right.
And Obliterators have now changed.
Speaking on intent,
Their weapons change. Instead of 4 shots, they're 6 shots. Still the flesh mutation. Their toughness went up. Their wounds went up. They're now 4 wounds, toughness 5.
Nice.
And then they got like micro power fists that do -3 D3 damage, but I think it's +1 to strength. And
nice
it's all nice and packaged in a single model now. So you can take Obliterators in a unit of 1 instead of just a unit of 3, and you can bring up to 3. So you might start seeing people bringing just units of 1 and parking at people's backfield.
I think it
It's easy
used to
set
be
a
that
single
way
model in
forever
there.
ago.
The difference, though, is their power level has increased to 6 per model. So
Summoning is difficult.
the points are going to go up quite a bit on them, and it's sad. I didn't notice it at first that there could be a single model. I thought it was still 3 models, and I was like, oh, they're not going to go up too bad. But now that it's like the single model option, they're going to get quite expensive. You might see them over 110 points a piece. And at that point, like, that's a huge hike where it's like all these new spells to give them a reroll one of their mutations. So like you roll for your strength, AP, and damage. There's a spell that allows you to make a reroll on one of those.
So we have the leaks to the spells so far.
Yeah, they posted the
All
spells
that's been posted up.
that have leaked it out, and it's the Malefic table now. You have the +1 Invul, you have the reroll. You have another one that gives your Psyker the ability to have a 6-inch bubble of reroll 1s to hit and reroll 1s to wound, which is really good when you pair it to the Obliterators.
Can you give that to frickin' horrors?
They're not Legion.
Not Legion Demon.
I couldn't. Okay.
I said both. So you
Gotcha.
could do it to like Magnus possibly, or like Mortarion.
Yeah, they don't have guns though. But this is reroll 1s to hit and to wound, right?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
a
okay.
6-inch bubble, so
Sure.
like, you're giving it off to like your Obliterators, you're giving it off to Mutilators, giving it off to Mauler Fiends.
Dang. You can give it to a bunch of demon princes too.
Yeah, Demon Princes. They're
Yeah.
not rolling 1s to wound type of thing. Another spell was Summoning. This one I'm pretty hyped about, actually, because Summoning had a lot of problems as far as like your ability to move and then summon something.
Right.
And then if you roll doubles, you actually like hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And then you're only allowed 3 dice, so like if you wanted something big, you have to roll really high. So this new spell gives you 4 dice, and any doubles, you don't get hurt, and you do it in the psychic phase, so you're allowed to obviously move. So it makes your guy be able to move, advance, get up in someone's grill, then 12 inches out from them and 9 away from your opponent, you can summon Scarbrand with 4 dice. Boom. He's now in there. He's going to roll his charge. Hopefully he makes his charge. If he makes his charge, you're locking your opponents into combat, and then you can just rain hell. Do what you wish. So I'm really excited about that ability to summon some cool stuff. What was that? Is that 5 of them? Is there one more? I think there's one more, but I can't remember it right now.
That's pretty cool, man.
So with the keyword weirdness, I was actually listening to, I think it's Voxcast. It's the 40k podcast that has like the Games Workshop designers talk on it or whatever. And they were talking about the Loyalist Marine counterpart to this, because they got some new powers too, and they have a targeting keyword of like Probos or something like that. And apparently that is the chassis for the Primaris Reaver armor.
Okay.
Like that is the chassis armor that all Primaris Marines are built on. So they didn't talk a lot about mechanics and how it interacted, but it seemed based off the intent, like these are powers that are going to be tailored more towards specifically buffing Primaris Marine armies.
Sure, yeah.
Which, I mean, considering it's a Primaris force, that makes sense. But it's just interesting seeing, like, and that's something else I've seen other streams mention, like we're moving in the game towards having more and more keywords at this point. Which, we just got the full range of codexes, quote unquote. So, I mean, expanding upon that is the next logical step.
So this Demonkin book is not just like a small little baby codex. It's going to be a full-blown supplement.
We don't know.
It's a baby codex. That's what they said on the community site. It's 22 pages.
Oh.
And it's in the box set that's retailed at $125.
Dang.
This release is not a full codex, absolutely no. But
so
have they mentioned anything about like fleshing out the release?
No, they just said that you're getting an Abaddon, we're gonna get Havocs, all that stuff. So like, and that comes with the Vigilus Part 2 book, and I believe there's rumors that it's gonna be a Part 3, which is gonna have more stuff.
So the next Vigilus book is definitely gonna have chaos stuff.
Any timetable estimates on when we get the second installment of Vigilus?
I'm sure we're gonna find out at Adepticon.
True. But I don't want to wait then. I want it now. I want it now.
It really has to be soon because I mean we've already waited a while since the first Vigilus book.
I feel like it's late. It's got to be late. It's time. GW, you're listening, aren't you? Surely. Knock, knock.
I hope that Tyranids get done in the third Vigilus book.
Dude, hey, I'm excited about these Greater Possessed. I don't think a lot of people are talking about them because they're like a new unit now. They're not like just possessed.
Yeah.
It's an elite character now, and you can run them in multiples. I think 2, maybe 3. I can't quite remember. But then you can obviously have the rule of 3, and they have a 6-inch bore of +1 strength to Legion Demon keyword.
Nice.
But like the heralds are just like demon keyword. So like with a herald and one of these guys running around with a pack of something in combat, you're getting +2 strength on something. So like +2 strength plague bearers, or not plague bearers. I'm sorry, because it's the you gotta have the legion keyword. Like possessed, for instance.
Yeah.
They can be rocking +2 strength. So like if you do the cloud of flies technique where they're like not being targeted, you can do the +1 strength, +1 toughness spell on them because of Death Guard, and then you can do the 2 +1 wounds, and then you have vets. You can give them +3 to wound. Like, you can make possess just like the craziest thing in the game.
Isn't one of their spells also, I think, something with the Legion keyword, the Legion and Demon keyword can like advance and charge? I feel like that may have been one of their powers. Because I remember seeing that and being like, oh, they won't have to take the tree for that. Maybe I'm just imagining it. But, I mean, that would be pretty gross too.
Well, I'm just thinking, man, you can bring them to basically strength 7 really easily, and then give them +3 to wound pretty easily. Like, it's kind of ridiculous what you can make Possessed do with this Greater Possessed dude running around with them.
James, did you hear anything on the resolution as far as what it means to have Cypher in your Chaos list in terms of taking Assassins, or no?
Oh, no, you can. You can definitely have Cypher as your Warlord and bring an Assassin as a Chaos player.
That's
sick. And then, obviously, if the Slay the Warlord is like a trait, like a tertiary type victory point, Cypher doesn't give it up. Like, he just nullifies it with his rule of, like, when he leaves the board, you don't take him as a slain character.
Hell yeah. Yeah, so, that's fun. I think that's fun.
So yeah, for the people that are asking about Tactician's Cult, bring Imperial Assassins. The Vindicare is disgusting.
Yeah, I just think that's super dumb and cheesy, and you're wasting points because Cypher sucks. Sucks. That's such a crazy tax to like bring in an assassin.
I haven't looked at his points or anything. What?
Oh, dude, he's so bad.
I don't know what he does in 8th edition. I've never seen him.
Oh, dude, he's like well over 100 points, and he is just like a fucking Marine, like with some extra wounds and stuff. Like, he's got a cool sword and a cool gun, and that's about it.
He don't do
shit.
He does too. He doesn't give up Warlord, and he lets you bring Assassins. Look at all that.
I guess. If you want to pay 100 and something points just to be able to bring an Assassin that you still have to pay for. Cool.
Oh, no. But then you can even transfer it to be a summoning of a demon, dude. What if? Yeah. James is not impressed. Not at all. Well, you know, no worries, James. Okay.
That's like someone that's gonna like take one of those animals. Like, I'm bringing animals. I'm filling out my battalions.
So, James, when we're at Adepticon and they reveal that Angron's model is dropping and we're getting the full Khorne Demon King Codex,
I might hold you down and shove it in your mouth.
it could happen.
Wow. That would be awkward. Like, it's guys.
What's wrong with my audio right now? I just went silent after I said this.
Everything's fine. Thought, will Demonkin and Vanguard get kill team rules?
So, I mean, I understand why demons kind of don't have kill teams because, you know, generally, like in the fluff,
Because they're racist?
they're not going to show up until like there's a lot of warp energy. But like, it does kind of suck that they don't have an army.
I would love to have little bloodletters running around, and
I would like, well, like, you know, I have that little Slanesh force.
I really want dogs in the. I want to put my Fenrisian wolves on the table. I want flesh hounds in there.
I mean, I would like to see it.
It would be cool, and I don't. Even if it's just one.
Flies and the grubs, dude. Come on, why can't we have cool stuff?
I mean, even if it was just one, you're only allowed one in your army. It would be fun to have.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we don't know if Demonkin rules will transfer into any kill team goodies. But
Yeah.
I mean, there's putting out a lot of stuff. I'm excited to see what's going on.
There's
there's
no
a
reason
lot
for
of
them
stuff
not to
coming
give
out.
rules.
I'm like very skeptical hippo-wise on the value of that box set, though. Granted, it has 2 mini codexes. It has the Demonkin, and then it has like the Vanguard, whatever Primaris mini codex, and then it has all those models and shit. But it's $175.
Right.
Yeah, and I mean, what I've heard about like the walker, the little crab crawler thing, like
The Venom Stalker.
you may see people run like 3 of them specifically to some kind of effect, but like they're not super impressive standalone.
Oh, dude, I am not impressed with them unless they're under 100 points. If they're at the 100-point mark, I might run 1 or 2 just to like use its buffs for like summoning. It allows you to like reroll summoning and shit, and then with one of those powers you can heal it. So like you can make it a nuisance, but if it's over 100 points, it'll never be on my list.
And beyond that, man, like we all know, because this is how, well, not to dog games workshop, but like just like with Tooth and Claw or like any of the overkill boxes or anything, all the new models are going to get a new box eventually, and it's going to be better than the starter kit box.
Sure.
So like if it's a model you really like, you're going to get probably a more dynamic, more complete version of the model if you manage to hold out.
Right.
But for anyone who, you know, is looking to start Space Marines, Primaris Marines, and like has a friend who wants to start Chaos or vice versa,
Dude, but it's not, man, you're getting what, 2 troop choices, a couple characters, and like a vehicle with that. Like, because the Imperium doesn't even get that. Like, you're talking not even 500 points, maybe 500 points, maybe.
buy it at Battlegrounds.
Respect. Battlegrounds rules. Yo, y'all, it's about that time to wrap up the show. We were just mentioning Battlegrounds. James, if you see the screen, dude, we got to fix this thing. My my Battlegrounds promotional image here says presented with double E's. Check it out on the old.
Presented.
Yeah, I've been too lazy to tell you till now, so I'm just gonna tell you live on air. Let's get rid of this present.
Yeah.
Battlegrounds is the place to be, and we are streaming live here now. We got a tournament on March 23rd for Kill Team Arena. We're doing tournaments on the first of every month, first weekend of every month. And that's both Kill Team and 40k leagues. So I know you might be a good distance away, but if you're willing to travel, you're going to have a good time. Come play games with us here at Battlegrounds, right? We can do some streaming. We can get to do some staying for some whiles. We'll be having some fun for good times. And it was great to see Tau Dark and Robles and all of our other good friends that jumped in. Shadizo, yeah, man, have a good night. Black Tower Train, it's been good to get to know you over the last few weeks. Thanks for tuning in, Dylan. And I think there was someone else that I didn't catch there, but we appreciate all of you.
Dylan.
Yeah, keep taking fun serious, everybody. We'll see you next week.